just like a maverick. Watch me ball out like a maverick.
Hey y'all, it's Destiny. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another story. As y'all know, excuse my makeup. It's obviously not all the way done, so I'm going to be doing my makeup while I tell the story. But today is going to be the story of the time that one of my best friends when I was in high school completely betrayed me. Alright, I just want to start by saying that I swore I wasn't ever going to tell this story, but I had to because, like, for one, I'm grown now. Let's start with that. But for two, I'm probably never going to talk to the people that's involved in this story ever again. I haven't in like over 5 years, so I don't think it matters. So yeah, I'm not doing this out of any like bad intent. I'm really just telling the story because it is a part of my life and it was my reality, and if you knew you was gonna be bitter about it later in life, then you shouldn't have did it, period. Okay, I was in the 11th grade and I was friends with this girl. We're gonna call her Tina. So me and Tina used to always go everywhere together. We were always like trying to find stuff to do together on weekends. Like, Tina was my road dog. Like, when I say that was my ace, like, Tina was my ace for a while. So one day Tina just decided that I guess she didn't like me anymore. I never understood why. Nobody ever told me why, but Tina just became my biggest enemy. Like, I was talking to her one day and then the next day I wasn't. Okay, so I can remember this very vividly. All right, I was at her mom's house. We was kicking it and she was asking me about this guy that I used to date. And she was saying that he was cute and all this extra stuff. In my head, I was thinking, like, yeah, okay, well, you know, he has gotten a little cute, but I don't think it's a big deal. But she's like really going in like,
oh no, girl, you haven't seen him. Like, he look good now. Like, he is the bomb.
So I'm like, okay, well, you know, I got a boyfriend right now, so I'm not interested in him. And she was like,
well, I am.
And I was like, wait, what? In my head, but out loud, you know, I like, well, you don't know, but I like to play it cool. I'm real like, you're not gonna see my reaction. You're just gonna understand our relationship when I cut you off. Like, I don't like to talk about stuff. I'm just gonna do it. If I'm not your friend no more, you're not gonna hear from me. So Tina was basically like telling me how she wanted to talk to him and she hoped that it was okay with me. So I'm like, okay, that's fine or whatever. I don't mind that. Like, I didn't date him like on some serious stuff. I dated him in freaking like 8th grade. Like, 8th grade ain't no real relationship. For real. So after I told Tina like I didn't care if she dated this guy, she was like, okay, well, you know, thanks for not being petty about it, pretty much. And when she said that she was gonna try to get his sister to set them up, I was thinking, okay, good luck, because she's real like extra and protective or whatever. And plus, I slick think that his sister didn't like her in the first place. Like, I'm pretty sure, if my memory is correct, that they were beefing anyway. Like, they already weren't cool. I don't know if they had already like gotten into a fight or anything, but I know for sure they already weren't cool. So I'm like, good luck with that, girl, because you know she can be a little extra. Man, we get to school the next day and she's asking me, can I walk her over his house? The dude that she was saying that she wanted to talk to, we're gonna call him David. So she was like, yeah, can you walk me over David's house after school or whatever? I'm gonna catch the bus home with you and then you can walk me over there or whatever, since he lives by you. And I'm like, first you asked me out the blue, can you talk to him? Now you asking me, can I walk you over his house? Okay, that's cool. Again, I have not dated him, talked to him, none of that stuff in a very long time, like middle school. It's not that big of a deal to me. I'll take you to go see David or whatever, since you like him so much. And just catch the bus home with me. And when we get over there or whatever, I'm gonna leave. And she was like, no, don't leave, I want you to stay. He said his friends are gonna be over there and I don't want to be alone with his friends. So I'm like, okay, I'm still a good friend, even though she kind of wasn't being one. I'm still a good friend. I'm like, yeah, girl, I got you. I'm gonna stay with you, no problem. Like, I definitely know what it likes to be the only girl in a place full of guys you never really hung out alone with, you know? So I wasn't gonna leave her in that situation. But what killed me was when she was like, make sure we go over there a little bit late because I don't want to stay long or whatever. I'm just trying to see who comes through. And I'm like, okay. But in my head, I'm like, if you like him, why do you want to see who comes over there? When she said that, I instantly thought like, maybe she just trying to get to him to talk to his brother or something, because he had an older brother that was really cute and really popular. When she was talking about how she wanted to get to know him, I'm thinking that she was trying to get to know his brother too. Yeah, I don't want to go over there too early. I want to go like late and leave late so he don't ask nothing about like why I'm leaving so soon. But I don't want to be over there with his friends. So I'm like, that's cool, I'll stay with you. Fast forward to after school, we get to my house because we caught the bus to my house and then we walked from my house to his house. So we caught the bus from school to my house and then we left from my house. We walked to his house and we was walking over there. She was like, before we left, she was asking me to borrow all this stuff to wear. Like, she was really like trying to impress him, or so I thought. Well, it turns out she was extra nervous. Like, while we were walking, she was telling me,
girl, like, I really hope that he don't say, like, nothing about my outfit.
And I'm just like, why do you care so much? Like, he is not the bomb for real. He got a little cuter very recently, but he ain't like no local celebrity, Lord Jesus. So I'm telling her this and she's like,
no, like, I just don't know who's gonna be over there and I'm not trying to be caught off guard or whatever.
And I'm just thinking, like, what does she mean caught off guard? And why is she so worried about who's gonna be over here? So fast forward, we walking up the street and I look at David's house and it's a bunch of dudes sitting on the porch. And like she said, his friends would be there, so I expected that. So I'm like, okay. I started looking for people who I thought that I recognized or whatever. So at this point, she was like, I don't know. You think we should go? You think we should turn around? I'm like, how we gonna turn around? You already over here. Man, we get over there and she's like playing in his hair because he had braids and stuff. So she's like playing in his hair, all this extra stuff, like sitting in his lap, blah, 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 blah. But every time that she would do something like physical with him, she would look over at me like she was trying to get my okay. Like she would like touch him and then look at me like, and I'll be like, what are you looking at me for? Like, I don't understand. But yeah, I was so confused. She just kept looking to see if I was getting upset. And I didn't know if she was trying to make me mad on purpose or what. But either way, it was very strange. Like, especially for somebody that's supposed to be your best friend. So she's looking at me all extra hard and trying to make sure that I'm okay with everything that's happening. And I don't care at all while this is going on because, like I told her, I had a new boyfriend already. The night is getting cut short. As she said, we was gonna leave early, so a couple hours go by and I'm ready to go. I didn't plan on staying long because she said we weren't gonna stay long. Well, I go to the bathroom because I had been to his house before, but I was friends with his sister. So I went to the bathroom, and when I come out of the bathroom, I'm looking for her, like, okay, let me grab Tina and we can just go or whatever. I look in the living room and I see David sitting on the couch. So I'm like, hey Dave, like, where's Tina at? He was like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with your girl. And I'm like, what you talking about? He was like, she a wild one. And I'm like, what? What does that mean? And he was like, I'm just saying she jetty. And if you're from Dayton, Ohio, then you know jetty is like our old school slang for today's thought. Yeah. So he was saying like, yeah, she jetty. Like, why you kicking it with her? And I'm like, what? Like, ain't nothing wrong with her. That's my friend. So he was like, nah, you don't need to be friends with her. Like, you don't need to be friends with girls like that. And I'm like, bruh, like, you don't talk to me like that to be trying to tell me like who I can hang out with and stuff. So he was like, I'm just saying, like, I thought we was still cool. We still cool and everything, but you still can't tell me who I can hang out with. I'm like, you're saying all this stuff like you're big bro or something, and that's not the case. Like, you can't check up on me about my friends. Like, get out of here. So he's like, all right, take it how you want it or whatever. Just know I told you or whatever. Like, you heard it here first type thing. So I take what he says and ignore it. And that was a mistake because he was right. So I'm still looking for Tina or whatever, thinking that she came over to see David and leave super quick. Well, I find her when I step onto the porch, but she's sitting there having a conversation with this dude named, we're gonna call him Brian. Yeah, we're gonna call him Brian. So Brian was standing on the porch with Tina. So I go outside and she's talking to Brian. And Brian looks at me, gives me a hug, asks me how, like, my life's been, yada, yada. Me and Brian were really good friends. Just a little backstory. He was, like, my first real boyfriend. Like, my first boyfriend that I ever had, like, oh, like tearing up because we broke up, like feelings, but we broke up on like a mutually positive note. Like, it was such a young little romance. So yeah, that was me and Brian's story. And basically Brian would always like try to like look out for me. So whenever it was like a guy that I was dating or something like that, he would be like, you know, like, I know he talks to such and such and she's friends with my sister, so watch out for him. And I'm like, okay, like, he's always looking out for me. So, man, this dude, Brian, pulls me to the side before I left, and he was like, yo, I don't got your new number or whatever. Like, what's up with that? And I'm like, I mean, we cool. You can have my new number. It ain't that deep. Because I always was changing my number back in the day. I was quick to be like, new year, new me, or new week, new number, new me. Basically the same thing. Every time you change your number, it's basically a new year. But so Brian was like, dang, I don't have your new number. Like, that's messed up. That's how we rock now. Like, that's how we are. And I told him, like, it ain't that deep. Like, here go my new number, da 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 da. And he was like, yeah, come in here or whatever and put it in my phone on the charger. So I'm like, cool. I go into the house, grab his phone to put my number in it, and he was like, yeah, I need to talk to you about something too. Like, soon as we got into the door, I'm like, what's up? He was like, yeah, your so-called friend out there or whatever, she really like pushing up on me, like she trying to talk to me, she at me. That's what they used to say back in the day, she at me. But yeah, so he was like, yeah, she at me, da da da. I'm like, man, that's my friend. She know you and me had like a lot going on, like, and we was together for like a while. Like, she wouldn't do that to me. So he was like, all right, you can believe what you want, but like, bruh, like, she jetty for real. Like, I done heard a lot about her. And I'm like, okay, well, just because you heard that don't mean it's true. And that's my friend. Like, why would you talk stuff about my friend? Like, she not jetty, she's my friend. So he was like, all right, that's what you say now. So I'm like, that's what I'm always gonna say. That's been my friend for like ever. Like, that's my ride or die. So, let me grab my mirror. Okay, so I tell him, like, yeah, that's my ride or die. She not no, like, little jetty girl. She not a little thot or whatever. And he just telling me, like, watch your back or whatever, because if she know, like, our situation, like, you know that person that you aren't with anymore. Well, I guess when you're in high school, this happens all the time, or in middle school too, that you aren't with anymore, but y'all just always have that like connection together, like that relationship where like you just always care about the person and y'all just stay like genuine friends. That's what happened with us. So she knew that, everybody knew that. I would have boyfriends who questioned it, like, oh my God, do you still talk to him, da da da, like thinking it was on some relationship type stuff, but it wasn't. So I would just always have to explain to guys over and over, like, no, that's just my friend, like, we're just cool, we always have been cool, because he was really like my first boyfriend. And because he was so much older than me when we dated and he was my first boyfriend, he kind of like would tell me, like, when we were together, it was more like we were just friends. That's why we broke up, because it didn't seem like a relationship. It just seemed like I was this little girl that was always around this dude and he thought I was cute. I don't know, it was weird. But yeah, he was always like looking out for me, and we pretty much broke up because it wasn't never gonna work out. Like, It was no chemistry as far as like romance. Like it was no romantic, like I didn't never want to like hold his hand, like that feels weird. I don't know, just how we were. It was more of a bro-sis type thing. It turned out to be like that anyways, because we both went into it thinking like, yeah, I got a crush on you, oh my god, I've been talking about getting your number forever and I've been asking so and so about you, but yeah, no, it didn't really become that. So anyways, Tina is still on the porch and he's like, yeah, like she jetty, like you gotta watch out for her. And I'm like, well, I gotta watch out for my friend. So after he said that and David said that, and she came over for David and for Brian to say like, yeah, she's trying to talk to me, like she at me or whatever, like that just made me feel like, dang, like who did you come over here for? But I guess that's why she was saying she didn't know who was gonna be over there, because she was planning on talking to someone else either way. Or something. I don't know. I still don't get it, but that's on her. I go outside and I didn't mention this to Tina because I wanted to see if she was gonna tell me. And I felt like if she tell me, then it's true. And if it's not true, then she's not gonna tell me. Like she's not gonna bring it up. And plus she asked me because she talked to David, because he was my ex from like a long time ago. So why wouldn't she ask me, can she talk to Brian, if that was my first real boyfriend? You know what I'm saying? Well, we get to my house and she's like ready to call her mom, ready to go home instantly. And I'm just like, why are you acting like that? Like, why are you so ready to go? Normally she want to spend a night on a school night, all this extra stuff, but not this time. She was like, I'm ready to go. Like, I need to call my mom ASAP. Can I use your house phone? Like, serious. The whole time she's trying to get ready to go, I'm telling her, make sure you watch out for David, because my cousin told me that ever since like he so-called got cute, he been like a real like player type or whatever, and he didn't used to be like that. And she was like, oh girl, I don't care, I'm gonna play him regardless. I'm just like, dang, that's crazy. But at the same time, I had been with people like that too, like talk to people like that. Like, I don't really want to be with him, I just want to talk to him a little bit. Like, I don't know, I just want to date him like a little bit. I'm not trying to be his girlfriend, so if I play him, I play him. Like, we ain't together and we not gonna be together. So she was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna end up playing him anyways or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to be his girlfriend, I just like him. So I'm like, oh, okay. At first I was wondering, like, dang, why would you go over his house for him, but then you trying to get cute just in case it's another dude over there that you want to talk to? Well, her mom is like, all right, I'll be over there in 30 minutes. When she says that, I'm like, all right, cool. You feel me? Let's get some food before you go. She was like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna probably eat when I get home or whatever. Well, when she leaves, she still didn't say anything about trying to talk to Brian. She still didn't say anything about if Brian tried to talk to her, which I was also thinking like, okay, maybe, you know, maybe me and him aren't really like actual friends like I thought we were. Like, maybe we not like cool or whatever like I thought. Like, maybe he just be saying the stuff he says to me because I'm just some little girl to him. So I'm thinking, well, maybe Brian tried to talk to her and she don't want to bring it up to me because that would be awkward. Like, hey girl, whole time you was sitting there, like, first babe was over there trying to get my number and whatever. She leaves and the next day we get to school and she's telling everybody about like the night before and how we went to a little kickback, Fast forward to the end of the school day, I get a text message or whatever. Can you meet me in the lunchroom or whatever? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. When you want me to meet you? So she told me like, I'm already in here. So I go to the lunchroom and she was like texting me the whole time I was walking there, like, make sure you don't bring nobody with you or whatever. So I'm thinking maybe she's about to fight somebody and she want me to watch, like, in case somebody jump in. Like, I didn't know what was going on. All I knew was she told me not to bring nobody. That was my best friend. I wasn't gonna bring nobody. On my way there, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe she want to have a sit down talk with me about her trying to talk to Brian or Brian trying to talk to her. I get into the lunchroom and she says to me,
yeah, can you sit down, because I just want it to be like a real, like, mature conversation. I'm really trying to come to you.
Basically she was like, I'm trying to come to you woman to woman. Like women, we was not no women, but she was basically trying to come to me woman to woman. And once she said that, I was like, oh God, like she about to tell me she tried to talk to him or he tried to talk to her. Which one is it? Oh no, which one is it? Like, which one of them am I supposed to be mad at? Am I supposed to be mad? Should I be mad? Like, I didn't know where to go. So, I'm telling her, like, okay, whatever you gotta say, just be honest with me, because I think I already know. And she was like,
well, what do you think you know?
I was like, from what I heard, you were either trying to talk to Brian or Brian was trying to talk to you when we was over David's house. But I mean, nobody ever made it clear if it was you or if it was him, you know, trying to smooth it over. But she didn't like that. She was like,
okay, and you already said that I could talk to David, so I don't understand the problem.
I'm like, you called me in here to talk. What you getting bucked for? She starts telling me, like,
I just feel like it was messed up how you saw me outside on the porch talking to Brian, and then when you came outside and he asked you for your number, you gave it to him anyways. Like, you saw me trying to talk to him.
I was like, wait, what? Like, how am I wrong for giving my friend, who you know that I have a bond with, why am I wrong for giving him my number? I'm confused. She was like,
all I'm saying is I just feel like that was you trying to hate on me, and that's messed up or whatever.
Wow, that was me trying to hate on you by giving somebody my number who I knew long before me and you got close or whatever. And she was like, it don't matter. The point is, you said that you was gonna walk me over there, and then when we get over there, you make it seem like you trying to cut in on who I'm trying to talk to. I'm like, what? Like, what you mean? Like, I don't see how you're getting that.
You know what? Forget it. Don't worry about it. I don't even know why I called you down here. I was trying to have a woman-to-woman talk with you and just let you know how I felt. But if you don't want to own up to nothing, then what's the point?
And I'm like, own up to it? Own up to what? I didn't do nothing. Well, in her mind, I was the devil. Like, I definitely did everything that she thought that I did. So fast forward to later on that night, she has this girl that she's cool with who everybody knows I'm not cool with, or everybody knew. I don't know her now, obviously. Fast forward to later that night, she had her friend playing on my phone. And this is one of her friends who I'm not friends with. And when she was having this friend play on my phone, the girl kept like calling my phone, like saying like, I can't stand a hating ass bitch, and telling me that I'm a hoe, and I don't know, just calling me all out my name, trying to call me a jetty or a jet or whatever we used to say. I don't know, she was just really like coming at me. Like, she was calling me all the stuff that applied to her stupid friend. So I'm trying to ignore these calls or whatever, because in my head I'm like, this is about to become some drama, especially on the internet. Facebook was just really popping at that time for my age group anyways. So my voice is really going out. Facebook was just really popping for my age group, so I knew it was gonna be some drama on there. And of course she had to make a status like, at the end of the day, she said, what did people used to always say, like, keep your grass cut low so you could see the snakes, or something like that. She was just real corny about it, quoting Shawty Low and everybody else. Like, grow up. When she's like posting all this stuff, I'm not responding, I'm not liking it, disliking it, commenting, nothing. I haven't threw shade, I haven't made a post, I haven't even confronted her at school, and I was seeing her every day at school. I wasn't confronting her. It got to the point where our other friends were asking me, like, are you still cool with Tina? And I'm like, I mean, I thought we was cool. She started beefing with me, and I haven't really beefed back. So, you know, I don't know what's going on with her, but whatever it is going on with her, not with me. All our friends was like, dang, like, she really tripping. Like, I wonder why she's acting like this. Man, this chick goes out of her way and was like, she went out of her way and like took a picture that me and her took together and cropped me out of it. She cropped me out of it and then put words across the spot where I was and put Mrs. and put Brian's last name or whatever. And after she posted that, Brian called me and he was like, what is going on with your friend? Like, why is she doing this? I was like, doing what? He was like, she posted me all over the place. He was like, she not my girl. Like, I'm not with her. We talked on the phone a couple nights, but I mean, it wasn't that deep. And even then, she called me. I didn't call her. And the whole time we was talking, it was just about regular stuff. Like, I even asked her why she called me. I'm like, no, why would you ask that? Came to school the next day and was telling everybody that she was gonna fight me and all this extra stuff. So after that, I'm like, wow, fight me? Like, over a dude that, for one, I already dated. Like, so technically, I already had him, sis. So you trying to fight me over a dude I already had. You trying to fight me over somebody I wasn't even with for a long time. You trying to fight me because you pull a jetty move. Like, I don't understand. Like, you did the jetty stuff, but I'm supposed to be, or the thotty stuff, but I'm supposed to be like the enemy. I'm the one you coming at. I don't understand that. So once I heard she wanted to fight me, I was like, I might as well confront her before she come to me. So I go to her locker and she posted up with a whole bunch of people who she's cool with that I was not cool with. So I go over to her and I'm like, you said you wanted to fight me? What's going on? Like, I don't understand the beef. And she was like, no, I don't want to fight you. Don't even worry about it. But it sounded like she was being sarcastic. And I'm like, what you mean? She was like, don't even worry about it. And then every time she would say, don't even worry about it, though, she would look at her friends like, don't even worry about it. And I'm like, are these hoes planning to jump me? Because I got people. So she's like, don't even worry about it, looking at her friends. And I'm peeping all this out. And while this is happening, I'm in my head naming people that I'm about to call to come up to my school after school. Like, you're not finna pretend threaten me or silently threaten me and I'm not gonna say or do nothing. That's hella crazy. So at this point, I'm walking away from her and I'm texting my people like, yeah, y'all might need to come up here. This girl and her friends, I think they gonna try to jump me or whatever. And my friends was like, all right, like, let us know around lunch if she really trying to fight and we'll come up there. Man, we get to lunchtime. She ain't saying a word to me, but she telling everybody else like, yeah, don't bring her around me, blah, 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 blah. And at one point I was walking past her and I even heard her saying it like, yeah, don't have her around me, to people that was like our mutual friends, like trying to get stuff started. And I stopped walking and I was like, don't have you around me for what? I'm around you. What's up? And nothing happened. So at that point I just thought she didn't want to fight me no more. She did. She basically told people that she wanted to fight me after school that day, but would never say it to me. And whenever I would like bring it up, she would act like she never said it. So I decided to let it go after a while. And when I let it go was when I should have been paying attention. I got on the bus after school and she got on the bus with me. Mind you, she didn't ride that bus and we rode public transportation. So when I say the bus, I'm talking about the city bus. So I thought that she was getting on the bus with me so that she could get off with me so we could fight when I got off at my stop or whatever. And in the middle of the bus ride, she came up to me in the middle of me texting my people saying meet me at my bus stop, because they all kind of lived like on different blocks in my neighborhood or whatever. And the way it was like the bus stop was like 4 blocks from my house, so I would have to walk a little bit, but it wasn't like a big deal. Everybody that was my age at the time. Like all the teenagers, we would walk places. We wasn't like these fancy Ubering kids now. So I'm thinking she gonna get off with me to fight. So I'm telling everybody to meet at my bus stop. Well, she comes up to me in the middle of the bus ride and she was like, look, I just want to talk to you. And I'm like, nah, you tried talking to me in the lunchroom and you ended up, you know what I'm saying it with your chest. And she was basically telling me like, no, you know, I didn't mean for it to get hype. I actually had a lot of other stuff going on that day. And I didn't mean to come at you like that and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, I hear you or whatever. But still at the end of the day, I feel like you straight up kind of turned on me. Like you told the whole school you wanted to fight me. You was posting all over Facebook about me, like, but now you want to be friends. Like I don't know, I'm good.
All I can say is I didn't mean to like let it get this far.
And I was like, well, you the one who pushed it this far. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just blowing her off. Like everything she was saying, I was like, okay, well, this is still your fault. Still your fault. Still your fault. Still your fault. The whole time I'm still like, it's still your fault, or I'm ignoring her. So we get to my bus stop and I didn't even pay attention to the fact that she's getting off with me. Now, mind you, I have to walk past Brian's house. Not David's house, Brian, my first boo. So I had to walk past Brian's house from my bus stop to get home. So I'm like, okay, why is she still getting off with me if we cool? Like she might as well get off or whatever. But my friends are still on their way to my bus stop just in case. So my friends meet up with us and basically like they're kind of looking at me like giving me the sketch look because she doesn't know that I told them that me and her was beefing. So they're looking at me like, you know what I'm saying, like should we make a move or are y'all fighting or is it over? Like I don't understand. So they're just acting normal, trying to act normal as possible, but still like giving me side eyes or whatever. So we're walking and Tina was telling me like,
yeah, like I was saying, basically Brian was putting into my head that you didn't even like me. Like you was talking stuff about me to him and saying that he heard you like over there with his sister plenty of times talking about how you didn't like me because she didn't like me.
And I'm like, does that even sound like me? When have follower and destiny ever been in the same sentence? Like, don't get it messed up. So I'm like, no girl, that don't even sound like me. So as we getting halfway down the street, me and Tina are walking towards the front. My friends are kind of like behind us or whatever, not really talking. And we get past Brian's house. And Tina just out the blue runs up on his porch and starts banging on the door just out the blue. And I'm thinking like, dang, like what if his mom is home or whatever? And he answers the door or whatever and she grabs him by the shirt and brings him on the porch like, so you telling me that you was telling my friend all this and that about like me and you supposed to be talking, but you didn't tell her what you said? And he was like, what did I say? She was like, oh, so you want to act funny? And I started laughing because I didn't believe her the whole time. So, and the only reason I didn't believe her is because she had been caught in a lot of lies before. Like she had lied about being pregnant before. She was just like kind of a habitual liar, but we never like called her out on it. We kind of just was like always, anytime she would say something, you would just be like, okay. Like, or we would actually, me and some of our other mutual friends, me and Tina's mutual friends, would even look at each other sometime like, she probably lying. So I didn't think that it was true. I thought that she was just trying to get back on my side because she didn't want to beef no more. Either that or like it was a setup. So she was like, so you telling me, so you telling my friend all this stuff that I'm supposed to be talking to you, but you didn't tell her what you did and what you said? And he's like, what'd I do? And she was like, yeah, when I was texting you and you were saying that she don't even like me for real and all that stuff. He was like, you said that. You said that. What you mean? You the one who was hating on her. You was texting me talking about she don't even like me like that for real. She fake. Da da da. I'm like, oh, was she? Like, and I'm saying this out loud. He goes to get his phone. I come up on the porch and see the text messages. Right when I grab his phone, she smacked the phone out of my hand and was like, you know what? It's whatever. Like, we could hit right here. Yada yada. Like on this boy's porch. So my friends start coming up on the porch and then Brian grabbed me and pulled me into the house and slammed the door. And I was like, no, let me go back out there. Like, you're not gonna keep me in here while this girl's outside like yelling my name on your porch. Like, this is ratchet. What if somebody call the police? So he was like, just calm down or whatever. Just calm down. He was like, she cool with my cousin. And my cousin was supposed to be meeting her up the street at the store or whatever. After school. And I'm like, okay, well, she walked with me, so I guess she wasn't like meeting your cousin at the store no more or whatever. Either that or she was making that an excuse to be in this neighborhood. And he was like, nah, she was bringing my cousin over here to jump you with her. So I'm like, you swear to God, like my friend was about to try to jump me with some girl like that she hardly even cool with over a dude that possibly never wanted her in the first place. Like, it was just too much. So after he tells me this, I go outside and one of my friends had already fought her. I'm like, dang, like y'all really banged on the porch. But my friend had already fought her, so at that point I was like, all right, look, I ain't got nothing else to say to you. I straight up told Tina that, like, I ain't got nothing else to say to you. You always lying. You've been a liar, and ain't no coming back from this. Like, all of your lies was okay before because they didn't have nothing to do with me, but now you're like you're really trying to get yourself hurt. You think you're trying to get me hurt, but you're trying to get yourself hurt here. Example A, you getting beat up on this porch. So I don't know, I just couldn't with her. And basically, she tried to cuss me out and Brian was being a jerk towards her and yelling to her to get off his porch and don't come back over here and delete his number and all this other stuff. And I don't know, it was just all real sketch. Because on one hand, he shouldn't have never had her number in the first place. But on the other hand, he wasn't my boyfriend, so who am I to say anything about whatever? Fast forward to like a couple months later, she basically said on Facebook that she regretted any friends that she lost over him, like as if they was in a real relationship. She was like, I regret losing any friends over Brian. And she tagged him too. She was like, I regret losing any friends over Brian because at the end of the day, all you got in life is your girls. And something else. I was just like, okay, girl, sure, now all that you got is your girls. But when you asked me to meet you in the lunchroom, when you asked me to walk you over David's house so you could go bop around with his friends while talking to him right in front of my face, then I don't know, she just did a lot of questionable stuff. And it just seemed like she wanted a reason to be mad at me or something, or wanted a reason to not like me. What the hell type of friend is that? So I remember, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it because I can go on about this one. She is a roller coaster. But a couple days before we was going on summer break, she hit me up through a text message and was like, hey, I know we don't talk, but is my jacket still at your house? So I knew what jacket she was talking about because we both used to leave like clothes over each other's houses. So I'm like, yeah, it's still over there. You want me to bring it to school or what? She was like, yeah, can you bring it? I'm going out of town for break and I want to take it with me. No, she said, and I want to look cute, and then put like LOL, like I'm supposed to laugh with her. We not friends. So after that, she was like, what you doing for break? Like, don't text me. So I just never texted her back. And pretty much that was the last time that I talked to Tina. She, every once in a while, would try to like come sit with me at lunch or like come to events that my other friends would go to and try to be around us. But all of my friends shut her out after that because, like, who does that? First of all, who lies like that? Second of all, who lies and then tries to start a beef with a so-called friend? Like, was you jealous the whole time, sis? And I don't know what she would be jealous for because she was older than me. But I guess that's not here nor there either. Anyways, I'm about to go wand curl my hair. So I'm gonna talk to y'all later, but I hope y'all enjoyed this story. Thank you for sitting through me doing my makeup for the day. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Come back tomorrow for another story. As y'all already know, it's story time week. Bye.